I find it no coincidence that both the book of Proverbs and the book of Ecclesiastes ends with the importance of fearing God. For the virtuous woman, the virtuous wife, it's a woman who fears the Lord shall be praised. And the book of Ecclesiastes ends with, for this is man's all, that you fear God and keep his commandments. And so it's amazing how the man who is considered one of the most wisest man apart from Jesus who's ever lived, not so much that he idolized a good woman, a woman of God, but by the same token, he expected the same of a man of God, that a man of God, all people should fear God. Very important. A woman who fears the Lord shall be praised. And man's all is to fear God. And so, as Ecclesiastes starts with vanities of all vanities, everything is vain. Everything is in vain unless you just skip all the way to the end of the book. You fear God. Nothing is in vain when you fear the Lord. And so my prayer today is that we just focus on loving God with a fear, not a fear of trembling, that we're scared of him, but that we fear him because he's God. And that fear would just become just an amazing love and worship for him. And that we would just grow, and that we would truly live out what Jesus said the greatest commandment of all is to love God with our every being, with all our heart, soul, mind, strength, with everything, and that we love one another as ourselves. And the new commandment, to love one another as Christ loved us. And so if we could just focus on that, we would be in the center of God's will. So that is my prayer for today. It's just that we would just stay in the center of God's will, that as he leads us and as we follow him and as he takes our burdens, he has our back and he leads us from the front. We are cornered in the love of God. May we fear him and love him with all our hearts. In Jesus' name.